everyone, it's Francesca, and today I have for you a quick morning mobility workout circuit that you can do before you even get out of bed in the morning. While most of us realize that we need to be warming up before our actual workout, we don't often think about warming our muscles up before we start our day. But taking a few extra moments to get the blood and oxygen flowing to our muscles and our brain, waking them up, releasing any tension we've built in those muscles overnight, can have huge benefits, including increased flexibility, injury prevention, and more energy throughout the day. So I'm going to share with you my personal 7 favorite exercises that I do every morning. There are literally a million, not a million. There are a ton of mobility exercises that you can do in the morning. I'm just going to show you 7 of my favorite ones to start the day. Like I said, these can all be done without even getting out of bed. So we're going to start laying down because that's where we wake up. And so the first thing I love to do is we're going to be going over the hip hinges, okay, or hip swings, sometimes they're called. And what you'll do is take a few moments, you've just woken up, just kind of do your normal little stretches, but then you'll bend the knees and you'll separate those feet out nice and wide, just slightly wider than your hips, and remaining relaxed, and you're just gonna drop the knees side to side, hinging back and forth, allowing the body to flow, so not being rigid and just breathing. And this is haphazardly, just breathing in deeply, exhale deeply. Nice little hip swings, side to side. And just do a couple. And then I'll go ahead and I'll stop. And the next exercise I like to do is called a tick-tock, or it can be thought of as a cat-cow on your back. Is we're going to go into warming up our spine. So we're going to take that lovely little tick-tock, and if you've watched my core engagement video, we've gone over this, where you're going to roll up your spine, keeping your glutes on the mat. Just roll up the spine and then roll down the spine. We'll get that nice arch. And you'll just go really nice and slowly, rolling up and down your spine from one extreme to the other. Again, making sure it's loose and you're breathing and just kind of waking up. You really want to think about how systematically can I roll through that spine, right? And we're just bringing all that lovely fresh blood and oxygen to our spine, waking it up. And then you're going to stop in that middle portion, okay? And you're going to find your neutral spine. At that point, we are imprinted on the mat. If I peeled you off like silly putty, you could see your spine, that nice neutral spine, and we've engaged our core, right? So it's that nice little engagement, and we're there. And you'll take a couple breaths here, and you'll relax that. And then you're going to find that neutral spine. And the third exercise that I love to do in the morning is a little glute bridge. Not high, not extreme, just enough to wake up the glutes. So you'll bring your heels in close to those glutes. I'll press evenly through the feet, which is great for the feet, right? All 4 corners, heels outside edge, ball the big toe. And I'll just squeeze my glutes. Maybe not even a full range motion glute bridge. I'll just squeeze and lift a couple times, keeping in that nice neutral spine that we've awakened. And we'll just take a few reps, whatever feels good. Mostly breathing through this. And I'll take a couple reps there. At this point, I may do a few little extra hip swings, and I'm gonna roll onto my side and get ready to come up and warm up the rest of my body. So I'll roll to one side, right? And take a moment here, and I'll press myself up to seated. And our last exercises will be done in a seated position. And you can sit cross-legged on your bed. That's usually what I do. You can let your feet hang over the side of the bed. It really doesn't matter, but we're gonna start to work and warm up that upper body, getting us more fully awake. So the first thing we're gonna do is take some nice big shoulder rolls, and I'll just kind of really over-exaggerate them. Just a couple in one way, and a couple back. Simple exercises, things that we probably would do if we weren't even thinking about it. And then I'm gonna take a seated cat and cow, right? So hands are gonna come to the top of my knees, and I'll inhale, and I'll arch the back, and I'll look up. And I'll exhale, and I'll round it, or pull the belly button back, and I'll really draw my shoulder blades down. And I'll take a couple rounds here. Nice big cow, nice big cat. And we'll move through, and you're just gonna kind of Follow your breath, inhaling and exhaling, however feels natural, pulling those shoulders down and away from the ears, expanding the chest and the heart, and then around and expanding the back. And if you're like me, you'll stay there and want to stay there for way more than a couple of rounds because it just feels really, really good. And then rounding out those couple morning stretches, see, we're already done, that quick. We're gonna do some I's, Y's, T's, and W's. And it's just really loosey-goosey here. I'm gonna take an I and a Y. I'm gonna squeeze those shoulder blades open to a T, and then a nice Y. Right, so it's those I's, and we'll just take a couple of rounds here, mobilizing through the shoulders, through the back, kind of get everything in line. Right, don't force, don't fight, use that breath, just go rearrange your motion. And the last thing is we're gonna work on a foot massage. We're gonna kind of work into those feet. Feet are our foundation. We use them a lot, so it's important to get those guys wound up too. And if you've ever suffered from plantar fasciitis, you know how painful it is those first steps in the morning. We're gonna warm up that tendon. So you can use your fingers to do this. You can use a tennis ball. Or I have one of these things, I got this at Aldi, okay? But they have it at Five and Below. Really cheap, but it does the trick too. And all you're gonna do is you're gonna pull back on your toes. You're gonna take your ball, tennis ball, or your thumb, and you're gonna roll right along those feet. Just adding light pressure, nothing big, right? Up and down through the arch of your foot, right? And just kind of massage around. And we'll do both feet. And I don't spend a lot of time, this is not a big, huge thing, right? We just kind of want to get everything mobilized, moving. And that's it, my friends. It's as simple as that. Like I said, there are different exercises you could do. Some people like to do bird dogs in the morning. Some people, there are all sorts of different avenues that you can do for those mobility work in the morning. These are my 7 favorite that I use every morning. I invite you to try them or look. But setting that alarm 5, 10, 15 minutes earlier to give your body that time, the rewards and the benefits are so worth it. You'll wake up more energized, ready, and your body will be able to. So I hope this was beneficial to you. Let me know what you think. As always, I'm so grateful for you. Leave a message, comment, let me know what you'd like to see. As always, till next time, blessings.